Hello and welcome back to the PowerPhantom channel. My name is and welcome to this week's episode of DoTube. This week we're doing Epic Mealtime yet again. This time we're doing Jack and Coke cupcakes.
Now we'll go over some of the ingredients we'll need. You're going to need a bag of white stuff, aka cake mix. You're going to need half whiskey, half Coke, and mix into 1 glass. A cup of maple syrup, 2 cups of powdered sugar. Here is our candied bacon mix. It is 2 parts brown sugar, 1 part cinnamon. And here is the bacon that we will make candy out of. Now our tools are going to be a measuring cup, some mixing bowls for icing and cake mix, 1 ordinary Ziploc bag, some cupcake wrappers. Now these are special wrappers because they have metal on them, and so we don't need a cupcake pan to cook them in. You can just put them on a regular tray like this one, and you're also going to need some parchment paper, and also an oven.
Now the first thing we're going to do is, since it's going to take us the longest, is make our candied bacon.
Now what you want to do first is you want to take your tray and you want to put your parchment paper so it completely covers it, like so. Okay, then you want to get your paper. And then lay it over your tray. Next thing you want to do is you want to take your bacon and open it up. Once you open your bacon, you're going to put as many as you want, since we're not going to use that much bacon this time, so we're only going to use about 4 or 5 strips. Now we just each, and you want to space them out because when the brown sugar and cinnamon start to cook in the oven, they'll start sticking together, and you don't want to do that. And that's about heaven, and that's as many pieces of bacon you can fit on there right now. Okay, yeah, so there's a little bit more bacon on there than when I didn't do the jump cut, but my dad walked in and he said he wanted to try some of them, so you know, why not? That's just as many as I could get on there. So now what we do is we take our little mix, then we just sprinkle it on the bacon, just like that. Now you can put as much as that as you want on there, just as liberally as you can. It is covered. Next thing we want to do is this is optional, you don't have to rub it in, but I feel like if you really want it to get the bacon to taste more sugar, just really absorb the bacon. The bacon can really absorb it, you want to massage it in. Direct, give the bacon a nice massage. Bacon works hard. It deserves to be loved now and then. A nice massage, and that one needs some more. So this one. Like I said, it doesn't matter how much you put on there, put as much as you want. Just make sure you don't run out. Because we have to do because after we pick them all, the first time you have to flip them over and do the backs. Alright, now we put them in the oven.
Now that we've already preheated our oven to 385 degrees, we put our bacon in there for between 10 and 15 minutes. So right now I'm going to put them in there for 12. You know, just to be sure. Now that we got our bacon in the oven, and it's cooking real good, we are going to start working on our cake mix so we can get those in after the bacon stuff. Now what you want to do is you want to take a bowl and the bag of white stuff, aka cake mix, and then you just take a knife and you cut it open. You don't have to even use a knife, but what's the fun in that, really? Now you just pour it all in. Now on the back of the box it says that oil and eggs, but on Epic Mealtime they didn't do that, so all they had was half and half of Jack and Coke. That's all I'm going to use. And remember kids, it is illegal to purchase or consume alcohol if you're under 21. So do this recipe with adult supervision. Now what you want to do is you want to take your whisk and you want to mix it all together first. See? And that's basically what you want your cake mix to look like. At least that's what mine looks like. I'm not sure how you're going to do it. It may turn out to be horrible. But hey, you don't learn anything without making a few mistakes. What you do now is you take the bacon out of the oven and you lay it on a surface that's resistant to heat. Now that we've degreased the bacon, we are going to now flip it and do the other side. Now what you want to do is you want to take your tongs, you want to grab an edge and you want to just flip it right on over. Bacon flip. Okay, now that we've properly flipped our bacon, we're going to make sure they're spaced out again. And now we're going to take our little spice of candy bacon mix and put it on it. Now, I would advise rubbing the bacon this time because of how hot it is. Just sprinkle it on this time. You don't have to rub it in. Cause now, if you think you can handle the heat, go ahead and rub it in. But I advise against it completely. And like I said last time, you want to put liberal amounts on there. Since we're not going to use this again, you can use as much candy bacon mix this time as you want. There we go. Now since it's already greased, you don't have to rub it in this time because it will stick to the bacon because of all the grease that's already there. And bam! Oh dang. That one's going to be really candy. Oh, it's going to be, yeah. There we go. Now we put it back in the oven again. Now we're going to put the bacon back in there for another 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how crunchy you want your bacon. We're just going to put it in there for 11 minutes this time. Now, let's go make our icing. Now I pre-measured this. This is 2 cups of powdered sugar, and you add 1 cup of maple syrup to make some maple syrup icing, okay? Now you don't need a tiny whisk like I am using, but I'm using it because you can use a normal whisk, you can use a fork. Just start out slowly so you don't get any powdered sugar anywhere, and then just keep stirring. Now that it's all stirred up, you want to keep on adding some powdered sugar until you get the consistency that you want. And now this is, again, personal preference. Now that you've taken your bacon out of the oven, you want to have a plate with some parchment paper on it and just move the bacon over onto that. Because now we're going to let the bacon cool down in the fridge, and you don't want it sticking to the plate that you're going to be putting it on. Okay. Now that we've got our bacon onto the plate, we're going to put it in the fridge for a few minutes. Move some stuff around so that the entire plate can fit in there. Now while those are cooling off, we're going to cook our cupcakes now. Now we have our little cupcake wrappings in order, and like I said, these are special. They don't need the cupcake tray. You don't have one because of the tin foil around it. Now you each want to fill, not all the way up, but just close enough. You want to fill these up.
Okay, now that we did the grueling task of putting all of them into their wrappers, now what we do is we bang them out smooth and that's probably good enough. Just make sure to rearrange them so that they aren't touching each other, because when they go over lids, then they will be touching, and there will be messes, and people will complain about who has the bigger cupcake, and yeah. But remember, if you have any left over, do not let your kids eat them. They eat the batter. It still has alcohol in it. We haven't baked them yet, but we're going to do that right now.
Now that we've preheated our oven to 350 degrees, we stick our little cupcakes in there. We let them cook for about 17 minutes. And in that time, you might want to clean up because things got a little messy around here. It's been 17 minutes now. Now, we're going to take our cupcakes out of the oven and let them cool down. So, okay, here are our cupcakes. Look nice and good. We got a lot of top on them too. That's the best part, the top. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to prep our candy bacon to go on as a topping. Now we're going to take our knife and we are going to chop up the bacon into little bits. And you want to take them into a bowl and just sprinkle as much as you want onto your cupcakes when they're done cooling. Now what you want to do is you want to take your Ziploc bag, I'm actually going to make a piping bag out of it, and your icing, and you want to just carefully get into the bag. You want to let it just drip down to one side of the bottom of it. I think we got the most we can down there, so what we want to do now is we want to take the top and just twist it around so that none of it comes out. Okay. Now then, you want to take your knife and cut the end off, and now just pour it onto the cupcake like so. And you're going to have a little icing spill, but that's okay. As long as you clean up after yourself, and you're going to put some topping candy bacon on there. And you want to repeat this process until, ta-da, perfect cupcakes. Now that'll be it for me today. I'll leave a link in the description for you to go to the Epic Mealtime Handle It Jack and Coke cupcakes. I like to thank my dad and Hope for getting me all the ingredients. And I'll also like to thank you guys for watching. And if you're wondering why I'm not, being chipper or big or like I was in the first YouTube, it's because I'm going on a hiatus a little bit. So basically I'm not going to post more videos for a while. I mean, it's nothing big, it's just that I don't have all the things that I want to make the videos that I want to create. I don't have, it's going to take time, and school's coming back in just like 2 days, so I just can't worry about my channel yet. But don't worry, I will be back. I will have better equipment, better software, and I'll also have have more guys helping me out and getting their opinions on air, and it'll be awesome. But until then, take care, Super Specters.